What's going on, everyone? It's Epoxy, and welcome to the 6th week of Fallout 4 Mods Weekly, the series in which I show you the best Fallout 4 mods released within the week. So with that said, let's roll the intro. What was it that I said in the last episode of Fallout 4 Mods Weekly? You know, when I was covering HUD Framework, which released last week? Let's roll the clip. Hide specific UI elements, so we'll hopefully see a full version of iHUD from Gopher, and more. Yeah, well, surprisingly enough, our first mod of the week is Immersive HUD, or iHUD, by Gopher. Neither of which should really need any introduction whatsoever, but I can't really leave you hanging right there, can I? So, essentially, Immersive HUD provides you the immersive feel you get from having no HUD, whilst also still keeping the usefulness of having one. If you want to have those immersive moments while wandering the Commonwealth, yet still know when you're about to drop dead in combat, Immersive HUD is for you. It's definitely for me, I can tell you that. In Gopher's words, HUD when you need, hide when you don't. You may be wondering what the difference is between iHUD and the original light version for Fallout 4 is. Well, let's just say this ain't no light version anymore. Thanks to the power of HUD Framework, which I covered last week, iHUD can come back to its formal glory, allowing you to customize all sorts of options for hiding your HUD and the situations in which single HUD elements appear rather than the entire HUD all at once. Not only do I love iHUD for making Fallout more immersive, but damn does it ever make my life recording Fallout 4 Mods Weekly so much easier. Goodbye to opening the console and typing in TM and hitting enter and then closing console about 100 times per episode. So to help you understand how much I love Immersive HUD and how much you need to download it, let me just say 4 words. Mod of the Week. Yeah, I said it. Immersive HUD has won this week's Mod of the Week award. I love you, Gopher. But that's not all the awesome that HUD Framework has brought to us this week. Survival Stats Widget by Nyanka brings a tiny widget to Fallout 4's heads-up display, showing hunger, sleep, and thirst status to keep you more aware on just how hungry, thirsty, or tired you are. Because, you know, you should probably know these things if your bodily functions are working correctly, or, you know, that Pip-Boy 3000 that's on your arm, that would probably tell you as well if your bodily functions aren't working correctly. So as your hunger, thirst, and sleep go up or down, the bars will indicate the level and have a status beside them displaying how dehydrated, starving, or exhausted you are. For an added bonus for this mod, you can adjust the location, scale, and disable effect messages for the widget, all using console commands located on the mod page. It's actually pretty simple. Sounds a little complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. Next up, we've got a settlement crafting mod, which honestly just reminded me how I'll never be Eleonora. I'm probably one of the worst at creating an interesting, cluttered home in Fallout 4, but that did not stop me from trying out this mod because it looked pretty damn awesome. Say hello to Creative Clutter by Dinosaurs, Evan Pox, Miss Ray, and Demanding. And really, the best way I can actually explain this mod is with a line directly from the mod page itself. When you come home tired from cleansing the wasteland of a bunch of scavers, you don't want to live like one. You want fun, awesome, cluttery bits that make your shack, mansion, or giant hippie commune feel like a real home. This mod adds over 200 decorations, furniture, food resources, and more for you to build using its own custom menu. I don't know what that was. Just ignore that. It was a little bit cringe. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, this house that you're seeing right now is the best that I could do with the time that I had. Feel free to trash me on my creativity. It obviously doesn't display every item and every variation of each item a part of Creative Clutter, but I was able to actually fit a large variety of items in this one prefab cabin, if you want to call it a cabin. I did try to include items for the bedroom, living room, kitchen, outdoors, and even the crafting tables. Oh my god, my favorite thing of this mod has to be the cute as hell mini crafting stations. If you've been looking for another mod to take your settlement crafting to the next level, this one is definitely for you. It adds so much that I cannot possibly show all in Mods Weekly, but if you want some sexy ass clutter for your settlements, the link is, as always, in the description. But for the thumbnail, which I'm pretty sure you may have clicked for, we have Rogue Prototype Cyberpunk 2077 by Deserter X. This gives me a few PTSD flashbacks to the flack that I got for the mod that I showcased in Skyrim SE Mods Weekly number 1. Let's just forget about that. This mod isn't just some random skimpy outfit collection. No, that's what I thought going into the mod as well, but it actually features new mechanics, many cool gameplay changes, crazy texturing techniques, and an insane number of outfits and variations. A nurse outfit with a hat. OMG. Plus also your very own sexy cyborg girl body to play with. Yeah, I stole that from the mod page. But in all seriousness, this mod does offer so much more than what I was expecting, and more than most even normal, in quotes, armor mods offer. So if me saying new features and gameplay changes intrigue you a little bit, even if you don't like skimpy armors, let's go ahead and dive into that info. So this mod includes different outfits that you can craft at the chem station, and they all have their own effects. Damage error mode in the style of the Cyberpunk 2077 trailer, 15 physical, 15 energy, and 2 charisma. Power save mode, 40 physical, 40 energy, and 2 charisma. Cyberpunk mode, which I have to say looks pretty damn badass, has 90 physical, 90 energy, 2 charisma, and 2 agility. Charm mode, 40 physical, 40 energy, and 3 charisma. Sex toy mode, 40 physical, 40 energy, 4 charisma, and 2 endurance. Recon mode, 15 physical, 15 energy, plus 4 perception, minus 4 endurance. Marks targets and increases VATS accuracy by 10%. Assassination mode, 15 physical, 15 energy, 4 strength, minus 4 endurance, and has a quiet effect. Stealth mode, 15 physical, 15 energy, 4 strength, minus 4 endurance, and has a quiet effect and stealth field. Tank mode, 115 physical, 115 energy, 50 fire, 50 radiation, plus 4 endurance, minus 4 agility, minus 4 perception, and has explosion shielding. Barrier mode, 90 physical, 15 energy, 50 fire, and plus 2 perception. Shield mode, 15 physical, 90 energy, 50 radiation, and plus 2 perception. Regen mode, 15 physical, 15 energy, minus 4 agility, minus 4 perception. Heal over time out of combat, and automatic stim packs on hit. Purge mode, 15 physical, 15 energy, 50 radiation, minus 4 agility, minus 4 perception, and cleanses radiation over time. Maintenance mode, 40 physical, 40 energy, and last is tracking visor, which highlights targets in the corresponding crafted color. A massive collection of outfits that supply you with all sorts of different playstyles that you can change on the fly with the favorites menu. Definitely an awesome armor mod you should all check out, even if you're not a fan of skimpy armor, as this mod offers so much more than that. But again, what would Mods Weekly be without weapon mods? Well, we've got 3 this week, so let's go ahead and start with our only melee weapon mod for this week. The Holey Machete, totally not the machete from Book of Eli by Mike Moore, is totally not the machete from Book of Eli. The machete can be found on anyone that normally spawns with the Chinese officer sword, but it's quite rare. So if you're impatient like me, you can go ahead and find it in the secret location shown on screen. It's really not that secret, it's just a random location. Sorry if you didn't want to know where that is, just wipe it from your mind, basically. So the weapon does around the same damage as an upgraded version of the unique Chinese officer swords, and it has a regular blade mod, as well as a serrated flame blade and serrated flame blade, wrapping it into a nice little melee weapon mod package. And heck, who doesn't want a machete that totally is not the machete from Book of Eli? It's wielded by someone that's totally not a badass, so be someone that's totally not a badass as well. Moving on to firearms, M1 Carbine by Undyne777. It adds a custom rifle to the game, integrated into the level list via a script, or craftable at the Chem Lab under Utilities. This mod features a range of customization options, including barrels, short and long, stocks, full and sawed-off, fire modes, auto and semi, calibers 38 and 5mm, material swaps, black, green, blue, white, maple, and redwood, muzzle, suppressor, brake, comp, and Nuka World bayonets, and even has see-through scope integration, including reticle and crosshair customization. Overall, a nice weapon to add more variety into the game, and it fits nice in the world of Fallout, so there's nothing but positive thoughts on this one. And for our last mod of the week, Remington 870 Magnum Police by War Daddy, Covadonga, and Brown Coat Garrus adds a scratch-made pump shotgun to the game that has custom animations and a scripted reload, so you'll only reload the amount of shells that are missing from the gun. This feature is actually thanks to the framework bullet counted animation switching, and brings it in the world of unique features for a weapon mod, as it's one of only 3 weapon mods currently available that use this framework. But back to the weapon itself, it features 2 stocks, diverse receivers, 2 sights, 4 barrels, 2K textures by default, custom sounds, custom animations, scripted leveled list integration, and 3 different pump pulls to choose from. It will spawn on vendors as well as on different enemies, But if you cannot wait until then and you're impatient like me, yet again, there are actually a couple of them hidden around the Commonwealth that you can go ahead and find yourself this time. But that is it for Follow 4 Mods Weekly number 6, or episode 6, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what I want to call it. But anyways, make sure to give the mods linked in the description some love after downloading them by giving them an endorsement. It's essentially like the like button of the Nexus mod, showing that, hey, this mod's pretty damn cool. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smack that like button down below and subscribe to join the good fight if you haven't already. It would be super greatly appreciated. But until next time, this is Epoxy, signing off.